How do I give away this Bambu Lab? How do I talk about giving it away? When do we figure out? End of the month? What day is it? Is that enough time? This is just a story about how I became a 3D designer, took my skills and translated it into 3D printing because they're pretty similar. And once you know more about your 3D program, you know more about 3D objects, it's a little easier to work with 3D prints and making your own 3D printing, just being in that world. And if you just post your hobbies, your passion and crafts online, eventually you form a community and you find your people. And it's really wholesome. It's really great. It's cringe at times, but it's cringe until it's cool. And then it's cringe, and then it's back and forth, cringe and cool. But it's fine because you're enjoying life, so. Hi, my name is Nari, and I am a 3D designer, 3D print motion girl. Where do we start this story? Okay, basically, I was a fashion design student and realized that I didn't want to be a fashion designer, but I did like digital design. Towards my senior year in college, I geared my projects more towards digital design and really pushed for anything that was related to graphic motion 3D design in my portfolio. Fast forward, it was around COVID when I decided that I wanted to beef up my portfolio. And when I looked at other references or things that caught my eye, they were mostly 3D designs. The thought process was, how do I make this? And so I got on YouTube. I can now say, looking back, that the main YouTube accounts or YouTubers that I had always watched were Derek Elliott, Ducky 3D, let me get my facts straight. CG Cookie, and sorry, the Blender Ender. Yeah, I would say, surprisingly, I never did the Blender donut tutorial. My method was just, I had a project or I had an idea and I would look to see like how I could problem solve that step to get to where I wanted, or someone uploaded a cool tutorial and I would try it out. Towards the end, I would kind of like make it my own. If you wanted to focus more on product design, I would have recommended Derek Elliott's videos. It's sleek, professional, very chill guy, easy to listen to. If you want to know more about motion graphics and maybe GeoNodes, definitely Ducky 3D, which by the way, all these guys they're good at all of these things, but Ducky 3D does an amazing job at explaining GeoNodes and sharing with you cool new ways to do MoGraphs in Blender. Also professional, sleek, to the point. His projects are most likely what clients would want. For troubleshooting, I found myself watching a lot of CG Cookie videos, and in following all of these YouTube tutorials, I learned the software in ways where I obviously wouldn't have if I told myself to sit down and go step by step, because I would have fell asleep. I'm not saying they made it more fun, they made it interesting. Following their steps, you're like, oh, that's what that tool is for, or oh, I didn't know you could do it that way, or I didn't know that this hotkey existed. Something doesn't work, I would just Google it and then add Reddit to the end of it. How do I hide my object shadow in Blender? Reddit. Nowadays there's ChatGPT, so that's cool. I didn't go to engineering school. I was a fashion designer. I'm a strong believer that whatever you go through, all of your experiences that you go through can be morphed and shaped into the next phase of your life, however you decide to do so. That makes sense. After beefing up my portfolio and watching these YouTube videos, I made a website with, at the time, Wix. What is popular now? Is it Framer? I think it's Framer. Should always try new things. And then I went on LinkedIn and I just started applying to any keywords, graphic designer, California. I was in Ohio at the time and I was applying to places all over the country, and it worked. I got a phone call from one of the jobs. Long story short, started working there, and then I moved to California to work there. It's a great team, great people and everything, but I think I just wanted to travel the world still. It's just digital nomad was still in me that I wanted to like play out. So I told them that, hey, I want to move to Thailand and be free. So I did that. And maybe 3 months into being in Thailand, I decided that I wanted to try living and working there. So same thing, I went on LinkedIn. I think I messaged HR and said like, hey, this is me. And it worked. And I got my favorite job I've ever had in my life. It was so fun. It was so great. I got to meet so many amazing artists, designers, people on foodpanda's APAC regional team. It was like a dream. I'm gonna cry. It was just a big layoff, as you would expect in big companies from time to time. So, in summary, which I can go in depth another time about that whole journey, I also dabbled a little bit in 3D printing. I had only worked with or used resin printers. Something possessed me last year to get an FDM printer because people kept telling me like, oh, it's just so easy, it's like easy to clean and blah, 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 blah. So I researched the best one at the time for my use case, and it was the Bambu A1. Yeah, it was great. All of my prints were starting to work. And eventually, it was earlier this year in January when I decided like, you know what, let me just post a Nara Smith inspired 3D printing video. I tried to dress up like more elegantly like she does, but that's what I had at the time, which is not bad. She's cute. And you know how Nara Smith is. It's like soft-spoken, whimsical feel, slow, elegant. That was a vibe, but 3D printing. It was fun. I would say that because of those videos and because of me wanting to kind of help others learn about like 3D designing and 3D printing, I would say maybe a month later, Bambu Lab reached out to me and asked to be an affiliate, and they wanted to send me filaments and printers, and this was like the first time anyone has ever offered to send me things as a content creator. I was so excited. I'm still so grateful thinking about it to this day. Which, by the way, should we just say this now? Should I just say? I'll just say it. I would love to be able to give somebody their first 3D printer. Ideally, this would go to someone that doesn't have a 3D printer so that they can experience the joy of creating something with a 3D printer. Keep it professional. Well, I already have an A1 printer. It was my first FDM printer and I do recommend it. I love it. It's beginner friendly. Is it? It's relative. It's subjective. Shout out to Bambu Lab for being the FDM printer that made me want to really do content creation, and for being the first company that offered to send me their product. And because of that, I would like to give somebody a Bambu printer. I guess I could say it like that. Yeah, I guess that's it.